Today, we are checking out something that every Overlander should be excited about, and that is the Dometic hydration faucet system. Stick around to the end, and I will show you how to have unlimited drinking water on tap.
Hey guys, Tyler here. So today we are checking out the Dometic faucet. I've been waiting a while for this to come out. I even had to kind of make my own for my trip to Baja because I was hoping this would be out by now. It finally came out just a couple days ago, so I've got one of the first ones that probably shipped, other than to their official partners. I did pay full price for this. This is part of the Dometic Go collection that they just launched. You can get this, and then there's a water jug that it can attach to, but it's not necessary to have the jug. The price on this is $100. I'm just gonna get that out of the way. The price might go up over time, but there's something really cool to this little gadget that I think people will appreciate. This thing has some pretty cool features built into it, so let's go over what this thing can do and why I've been waiting for this. Part of the reason I'm excited about this thing is because not only is this a faucet, and I know it's weird looking just seeing this thing, but this is a water pump as well. Now this is not a crazy, super powerful water pump. This is gonna have its limitations, but this is a huge step. This is a very well-designed product. I'm surprised another company has not come out with something like this by now. Good job, Dometic. You did a good job with this. This thing comes with a hose, and this is designed to hook up to the Dometic Go water container that they came out with. I think it's a 3-gallon container. This plugs into the top. This sits on top. As you can see, I've had some water through it. But this is a very simple setup, and the way it works is you double tap, and the water will come on, and a light comes on as well. And you single tap and it'll turn back off. The single tap will work if your hand is wet. I've already tested that. This faucet, when it's fully charged off a micro USB, will pump up to 150 liters, which is about 39 gallons. So you can get away with using this for probably several trips, depending on how much water you're using. The next thing that's cool about this is it's magnetic. And that's honestly one of the selling points, because if this wasn't magnetic, it would be just about useless. They would have had to put a big base on it, as well as this thing coming with the hose attachment, so you can run a hose to it. It also comes with a little carrying case, as well as some magnetic bases. I've not opened these yet. They come in a nice little package. You've got one steel magnetic plate that's a round one, and then you've got one that's a square one, and it also comes with a charging cable for the micro USB. Most of us have a million of them laying around. I do wish Dometic would have just gone with a USB-C, because everything's going over to USB-C, and so it just would have made it a little more future-proof. These cables are a dime a dozen. I'm sure it was a cost-effective move on their part to use micro USB, but still, it would have been nice if they would use what's a little more modern. I'm sure they'll update that in the near future. But with your magnetic plate, you use like a little 3M tape pad that it comes with, and that will stick on. And you know, it's not incredibly strong, but it's strong enough to where you can double tap it, use the thing, and this will not fall off. Now, the point of this is so if you have an aluminum camp table or somewhere on the back of your truck that you want to mount this thing, you mount this, and then this you can put away for travel, get it out, stick it on there, plug it into your water source, and you're good to go. This has a very simple little outlet here. It's a very simple device. Double tap, it turns on. Single tap, it turns off. This will pump 1 liter, basically a Nalgene bottle of water, and then it'll shut off. Now, the fact that this will automatically turn off, I think is really cool, but I do think that 1 liter is a little bit excessive, because not everybody is out there using a 1 liter bottle. I'm glad that this has an auto off feature to where if it gets turned on accidentally, it won't just run all of your water out. I do wish that this had somewhat of a programmable option, like maybe a 8-ounce, 16-ounce, and then a 32-ounce or something like that, to where you could choose what you want, because not everybody's gonna be carrying a Nalgene. And it would be nice when you're camping if you needed to fill like a small cup or something, put it under there, double tap it, do some other stuff, and you don't have to worry about it overflowing. But the fact that it does have a feature at all to turn itself off is pretty cool. Let me grab this cup of water here. But you double tap it, it's got a nice light underneath it. It's got a good diffuser on it. The light's gonna spread out, and it's gonna make it easy in the middle of the night or brushing your teeth, whatever you're doing. This is a very simple and effective faucet. I think Dometic did an awesome job designing this. This is very well thought out. My wife in particular doesn't use like a Nalgene that often. She uses a smart water bottle. Those are her favorite. And so this little spigot that it has, you can actually fill something like that really easy. It doesn't just have to be a largemouth bottle. And I think that that is really cool. It comes with a quick connect for their water system if you want to buy one of those things or a couple of those things, because it's a pretty cool water container. The fact that it's only 3 gallons I see is kind of a downside. I've already got water containers that I use, so I don't need that, but I'm glad that this is not exclusive to just their line. This isn't just you have to buy our products or nothing else. This works with everything. This hose can be pulled off real easy. It's not permanently built in, so that can all be replaced if you need to. And that is a good move on any company's part, not making everything exclusive from their products. One of the biggest things about a little pump like this is it's gonna have issues once your hose gets too long. If you're running this inside of your camper out to like an external tank or something like that, and it's got to go up 6 feet, it's going to run slower, it's going to be more on the pump, and it's going to wear the pump out much faster. Just as a fair warning, all water pumps have a limitation on how high they can pull water, and it's actually one of the hardest things for a water pump to do. I couldn't find anything in the reading material. It doesn't really come with that much reading material. I couldn't find anything on hot water, and I would say that after this video gets seen, they might update that, because a lot of water pumps don't like hot water. This one doesn't have any limitations that I could find of do not run hot water through this. I can guarantee you pretty much that that's not going to be good for this. Dometic, if you do watch this and hot water doesn't matter, please comment. I will pin that to the top of the comments section just so people know what they're up against. But I personally couldn't find it. I looked through it several times, and it's basic instructions, and the instructions really aren't that great. It's a few pictures, and with an eyeball looking at stuff, it's kind of weird. Now, I assume with a pump like this, most of them in today's age can be run dry for a little bit. You don't want to run it dry, of course. It's bad for all of them. But there's something about this pump that I'm particularly excited about, and I will show you that now. I've been harassing Dometic about this on social media for a while because I've been very excited about it coming out, and I thought it was going to come out earlier. I had to build something similar for my Baja trip because Dometic left me hanging, and I know, poor me. This is my old system that it was temporary. This is probably not safe to run drinking water through, but I did it anyway. So I've already tested this out. This is the Hydro Blue Jerry, and what this is a water filter can. So it has an on-off, and it has a pressurized fitting. If you use a Hydro Blue or you use a Lifesaver can, they're both gonna be similar. I've never messed with the Lifesaver, but they can only work in one way. When you pump these, there's a diaphragm that opens up, and it'll allow air through, but it won't allow air back up. So there's basically free-flowing air. This nozzle has a filter. The filter is going to add resistance to the system. I can tell you right away that Dometic will not approve of me telling you that you can do this, because this will cause more wear on this pump. But personally for me, I don't care because it's going to be so handy. What's happening here is it is having to go through a filter system. A filter system requires more pressure, and that's why this filter system has an air pump on the side. And this is just like, this is a Hydro Blue Jerry, and then there's such thing as the Lifesaver cans that are a little more popular. This water is running through a filter. It might be slowed down slightly, but here's the thing is with these types of filter systems, they need a little air pressure. So if your faucet does slow down a little bit, or if you're filtering water, you can still give it some pumps. But I've switched over to using a electric pump with this because pumping it really isn't that big of a deal, but once you get low on water, it does start to get annoying. So now whenever I arrive to camp, I'll open this valve, and then I can have filtered water that's running. I don't have to mess around with this pump system unless I'm filtering water. I'll give it a few pumps, but aside from that, this system is designed for air to go one way. So as it draws water from this tank, it'll just let more air in naturally. I always recommend with this, as I've been using different pumps with this system, always give it a few pumps on whatever system you're using, if it's a filtration system, because that will just allow this to flow easier, and it'll be less strain on the pump and prolong the life of your faucet. But all in all, this is my new water system. I've been using the Hydro Blue for years now, and I just before Baja rigged up the water pump, and this is super cool. If you were to completely run this dead from the battery, I'm not sure if it works on USB or not. I've not tested that out, and I couldn't find that in the reading material anywhere. So I'm not sure about that part, but 39 gallons is pretty huge. If it's starting to run dead, you could just charge the thing up for like an hour, and you're probably gonna get multiple gallons out of it. I don't know if this is a lithium battery, so I don't know how fast it'll charge. I would assume they went that route, but you never know. So anyway, The Dometic faucet is an awesome product. I'm very hopeful for this thing. A 3-year warranty, which after they see this, they might void my warranty. But I do think that this for $100 is awesome. You don't have to deal with a water pump. All you have to do is get a longer hose for your setup or buy the Dometic one because they've got it on there. I'm not an official representative of Dometic, but I do have affiliate links. I will put those below. This is super cool. You can move it from one vehicle to another, super easy, and you can move it around camp wherever you need it. I think this is a brilliant idea. Well done, Dometic. Okay, so that's all I got on the Dometic hydration faucet. This thing's awesome. This is gonna be a cool piece of kit. I expect that we're gonna start seeing a ton of these around campsites and in the Overland community. It's just too convenient. If you have any questions about my water setup, drop them below. If you have any questions about the Dometic faucet, drop them below. I do have links below. If you guys wanna click those, it does help the channel out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And until next time.